Welcome to solverfy.
Okay, so to start off, I usually like to find the amplitude of the equation or of the graph. So this is the A value that we're going to use in the solution, which is the difference between the maximum y value and the minimum y value divided by 2. So we can see our max value is 6 and our minimum value is -4. So if we do 6 minus -4, that's 10, divided by 2 is 5. So our A value is going to be 5. So if we count down from the max value or up from the minimum value in the y direction, our amplitude, then we'll get the midline. So I went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was not spaced correctly. But yeah, 6 minus 5 is at 1. So this is the midline here is at 1. So the shift C is going to be the difference between this midline and the x-axis. So C is going to be the midline, which is at 1 minus 0. These are the x values, or sorry, the y values at the respective midline and x-axis. So this means that our C value is going to be 1. Oh, sorry, -1. We want to do the, no, +1. Alright, that was correct, +1. Because if the graph was at the x-axis, it is shifted up 1. So next we're going to find the k value, which is the horizontal stretch of the equation or function. So this is the k value, and it's related to the period of our new function, which is p. So the for the unit circle, the normal period is 2 pi, and we can relate this to what our period is here. So we can either take the difference between two maximum values or two minimum values, or just use along the midline every other time that it hits the midline. So during one cycle, the graph has to hit its minimum and maximum values. So once it goes through that, you know that you can tell where the start and end of a cycle is. So we'll take the x values here, so that'll be -6. I'll do this. Period will be 0 minus -6. So our period is 6, which means our k value is 2 pi over 6, which can be reduced to pi over 3. So k equals pi over 3. And then we just need to find whether this is a sine or cosine graph. So if we think about where this lies on, if the function was shifted down 1, like before, it would look something like this. And the x and y intercept, well, I guess it's the y-intercept, will occur at x equals 0. So we have this point 0, 0 on our shifted plot. So if we think about what sine looks like when x equals 0, this will be sine of 0, which is 0. So then we would have the point 0, 0 on our plot. If this was a cosine graph, then we would have cosine of 0 equal to 1, which would produce the point 0, 1 at our graph, or whatever the amplitude is. So in this case, this a is 5, so we would multiply this by 5, by 5. 5 times 0 is still 0. Cosine of 0 times 5 is 5, so this would have the point 0, 5 on its graph. So we know that it's a sine function, and we can just fill in the formula. So y is a, which is 5, sine of k, which is pi over 3x, plus c, so plus 1. And that's the final equation.